All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our very first Tuned In Targeting webinar, where today we will discuss our B2E Anonymous Website Visitor Lead Acquisition Program. Q&A is open, so if any questions arise, feel free to type them in the chat at any time. My name is Jackie Cornell, and I'll be your webinar host for today. I'm a marketing data analyst here at B2E, and I spend my time helping clients learn how they can use data to maximize their marketing success. At B2E, we help businesses use data to better understand their customers and connect with the right audiences, especially through our strategic partnership with Experian and partnerships with other trusted data vendors. The goal of this series is to give you, our clients, a closer look at our product and program offerings, and to spark fresh ideas for how you can market more successfully. That's why today we're highlighting a powerful solution: B2E's Anonymous Website Visitor Lead Acquisition Program. This innovative approach offers a unique and highly effective way to identify and engage your best prospects. When a customer first comes to us, it's usually because they've run into a challenge that they need our help solving. Did you know the average person spends only 54 seconds on a web page before deciding whether to stay or leave? Only about 1 to 3% of website visitors complete a form or otherwise identify themselves, meaning roughly 97 to 99% remain anonymous on a typical visit. Most of these visitors are high quality prospects, people who are actively interested in what you're offering. But shopping behaviors often include comparing options, delaying decisions, or simply forgetting to return later. I think we've all been there. At the same time, you're already investing heavily in marketing to drive traffic, search engine optimization, social media, paid ads, TV, direct mail, and more. These efforts succeed in getting people to your site, but that doesn't guarantee a conversion on the first visit. So the real challenge is this: how do you transform those anonymous clicks into identifiable, actionable opportunities before they're lost? That's exactly where our program comes in. We'll start by placing a simple tracking pixel on your website. This isn't a cookie, and it doesn't rely on browser tracking that can be blocked. Instead, it captures the IP address of each anonymous visitor and links that visit back to a verified household. Once those visits are captured, we enrich the data with additional details using the Experian Consumer View database. Things like demographics, lifestyle attributes, and geographic information. This gives you context around who your visitors are. Are they homeowners or renters? Are they families or singles? Do they fall into a high value lifestyle category that aligns with your product or service? Suddenly, you're not just looking at website traffic. You're looking at real identifiable audience groups. Then comes the filtering process. Not every visit is valuable. So we remove the noise, things like bot traffic, non-US addresses, and even your existing customers. That way, you're not wasting impressions or direct mail pieces on audiences that don't matter. What you're left with is a much cleaner, high-quality prospect pool. Visitors who not only came to your site, but are also most likely to be a good fit for your business. And that's the foundation you can use to build targeted, efficient campaigns that actually drive results. With a program like this, it's important that we ensure compliance and secure data handling. First off, the data being used comes from sources where individuals have agreed or opted in to share their information. This helps with compliance. Examples are privacy laws like GDPR and CCPA, and ensures that data isn't collected unethically. For compliance purposes, the raw data such as names, emails, and addresses are never released back to the client. We handle the direct mail, digital, and analytics on our end. Instead of seeing the full raw data, you would see aggregated insights such as 200 visitors this week were homeowners aged 35 to 45, but not specific identities. This ensures that the prospect's anonymity is preserved. A 10,000 monthly visitor minimum ensures that after filtering bots, duplicates, and suppressing current customers, you're left with an audience large enough for effective analytics and campaigns. And finally, as we mentioned, we'll make sure any unwanted prospects are scrubbed out. Now let's get into how you can put this collected prospect data to work. First, use the analytics that you've gained through experienced consumer view data to learn about your prospects, such as their demographics, location, the pages or topics they engaged with while browsing, and so much more. Next, turn insights into action. Build campaigns that mirror intent. Send personalized direct mail to households based on what pages of your website they were most interested in. Run targeted display, video, and over-the-top TV ads, or combine channels for added lift. You choose the segment, message, and timing based on the analytics. Now let's see what those look like. These next two slides are from a real project we did and show the kinds of information we can append to your anonymous website visitor data. We will put your enhanced prospect data into these personalized dashboards so that you can start to dig into the details all on your own. They can be personalized to your company and website so that you only see details that are relevant to you. Here you can see total leads and a breakdown of visits by topic or page category. For example, travel, cultural arts, food and beverage, and so on. This tells you not only how much traffic you're getting, but also what those visitors are most interested in. One stat that really stands out in this dashboard is that of the 178, 609 leads captured, travel and winter were by far the topics with the most interest. This gave our client a clear picture of what they wanted to advertise to their prospects. If the client had a specific campaign planned, say around cultural arts, they could choose to market only to the prospects who browsed that page. You can also look at trends over time. So if you're running a seasonal campaign or have a seasonal product, you can see how traffic spikes and how many leads are being generated during that window of time. This next dashboard example digs into demographic and lifestyle insights, such as household income, education, occupation, and our favorite Experian variable, Mosaic, which is a household segmentation system that classifies every US household into detailed lifestyle groups and types based on demographics, behaviors, and consumer preferences. This client's top 3 mosaics are Booming with Confidence, Power Elite, and Autumn Years. They can take the information on these mosaics and easily figure out what kind of messaging and marketing channels resonate most with these groups. One way we personalized this dashboard was by creating a generation view. Instead of only showing standard age ranges, we grouped visitors by generation like Gen Z, Millennials, Gen X, and Baby Boomers. This made the data more intuitive, providing clearer insights into who was engaging and helping our client quickly understand which generations were driving the most activity. The real value here is that instead of just seeing clicks, you're able to see who is visiting, what they care about, and when they're engaging, which gives you the context to build smarter campaigns. Targeted direct mail is one powerful way to put your new database of prospects to work. All you need to do is decide how you want to use your analytics to personalize your mailers. You control the level of personalization, whether that's narrowing your audience with specific filters for a highly tailored message or sending mailers with a more universal message to all of your anonymous web visitors. Best of all, this can be executed quickly in as little as a few days, so your brand is in front of your prospects while your product or service is still fresh in their minds. You provide the creative, and we handle the rest. On the digital side, we reach your anonymous web visitor prospects with display, online video, and over-the-top TV ads, so they see you on the sites they browse and the shows they watch. You can run digital alone, but we typically see stronger results with omni-channel marketing, pairing direct mail with digital, because repeated exposure across channels boosts recall, lift, and return. We build targeted ads around the pages, or we can build targeted ads around the pages or topics they viewed, align the message to that interest, and keep brand top of mind, or keep your brand top of mind. Quick buys may convert in 1 to 3 touches, while higher consideration purchases often need 10 to 20 plus across channels, such as mail, display, video, and over the top, with the average being 7 to 13 touches, which is why omni-channel frequency really does matter. Another advantage of this program is that it's not just about sending ads or mail and hoping that they work. We can actually measure performance. Here's how it works. Once we acquire your anonymous website visitor information, we can match them back against your new customer data. This allows us to see exactly how many new customers came from the campaign. From there, we can measure key metrics such as response rate, net revenue, campaign cost and cost per customer, and return on marketing investment to wrap it all together. We can also compare channels. For example, households that receive both direct mail and digital ads often deliver a significantly higher lift than those who received direct mail or digital only. The bottom line, we're able to show not just activity, but actual business outcomes. How many new customers you gained, what revenue they brought in, and how much more effective your campaigns are when channels are combined. As we wrap up, I want to highlight what sets B2E's Anonymous Website Visitor program apart. First, we're able to tie anonymous website visitor back to a verified household level address with over 95% accuracy. That means we can pinpoint which home is behind the visit, making your targeting far more precise. Second, we can enrich that visitor data with experienced consumer view data, giving you deeper insights into who that household really is, including demographics, lifestyle attributes, and purchase behaviors. Third, you can use your analytics to build highly targeted campaigns, focusing only on the households that align with your goals and crafting messages you know will resonate. Fourth, you don't have to waste budget by sending ads to everyone. With smart filtering, we can remove groups you don't want to target, such as bot traffic, non-US addresses, and current customers. And finally, you'll have the ability to measure campaign results so that you can see what's working, optimize along the way, and build on proven success. The average person sees between 6,000 and 10,000 ads a day. The key isn't shouting louder, it's being smarter about who you reach and how you reach them. Thank you so much for joining today. This webinar will be posted to our B2E Tuned In Targeting webpage with information on our next webinar coming October 16th, where we'll discuss Digital Connect, as well as an option to fill out a form to tell us more about what else you might be interested in learning about through this webinar series. There's a list of ideas, but we are always open to new ideas and feedback. Have a great rest of your week and weekend, and we hope to see you at our next webinar.